Hey, it's Kitchen Sink. I'm here at Moore Creek Campsite. I zeroed here yesterday for work on some gear repair, etc. I also worked on my tent. As you can see, the logo there, that's been there for a little over a year from last year's trail days. But I added the kitchen sink at the bottom. That was because I've been doing a lot of cowboying and sleeping out without any tent or anything over my head, and I met a lot of people who haven't seen my tent. So I figured some of them may want to say hey or whatever, so I put that on the side of my tent. So if I did zero a day, they'd know that Kitchen Sink was saying here. Same reason as I put the logo on the side for trail days, so that any of my friends could find where I am. There's a little bit of the creek straight ahead. I thought today I would give a tour of my campsite. There's a fire pit here. I did clean it out and redo it a little bit. I was always taught that when you use something, you return it in better condition than you found it in. So I did that here. I cleaned out the fire pit and redid the rocks around it so it's a little safer and a little easier to start a fire in. I collected extra firewood, as you can see there. So there's some firewood for the next person. You can see my bear canister and my stove set up there as well. That's for, to keep your food away from your sleeping area and to cook closer to the campsite. You can also see that I hung a line. I did do laundry in town a couple days ago. You can also see my gravity feed for filtering my water. These little clothespins here I made from just taking a couple of twigs, splitting them, and then putting a little duct tape on the end so they didn't split all the way through. Made about a dozen of them, and that took me a little bit of time, but I didn't use any more than about, I don't know, 2 inches of duct tape altogether. So I've still got plenty of duct tape left. I did need to rinse laundry in town, and I don't fault the hostel for this, but they did do some laundry for me, and I found afterwards that my socks still were pretty smelly. But what I realized is hostels are doing a ton of laundry for a lot of hikers. Here's a little bit more of the creek that's right here. They're doing so much laundry for so many hikers. I'm sure they put it on the quick wash setting, and that just wasn't cutting it with my socks. So that's really on me, I think. What I need to start doing is rinsing out my socks ahead of time, although not to do it in the stream itself. The way I do that if I do laundry on trail is I fill up one of my Sea to Summit waterproof bags, and then I use that to fill up with water, rinse out my shoes, and so on, and rinse out my socks, and or whatever laundry I need to do, and then dump the water as far away from the drinking source. So what I'm showing you here is I did spend a little time kind of rerouting this yesterday so that there was an easy place to fill up your water. What I created there was a pool, and I funneled the water coming right there so that it's nice and fast flowing and easier to fill up your CNOC or whatever water bottle you want. So I did that yesterday as well. Like I said, leaving the campsite in better shape than I found it in. And that little pool is also good for soaking your feet in. Yeah, so that'll probably get washed away with the next flash flood, but it'll stay for a few days and maybe longer. So I built that. This is my second time with this video, and I say that because I like to keep my videos raw and fresh and as natural as possible. However, I'm redoing this video because an accident occurred. I had washed out my shoes and socks, and I was drying my shoes by the fire. And I put some rocks in the shoes, hot rocks out of the fire to help dry. And sadly, I stepped away for a minute to here you can see the whole campsite. Whew, I stepped aside for a minute to rinse out everything, rinse out some other things, and sadly, as I was walking back to the fire, I noticed, yes, those are my shoes, that the fire was higher than it should have been from the amount of wood I had left. And then I came running up to discover that my shoes are completely melted. So this is really a valuable lesson that if you're going to dry your shoes by the fire, absolutely, under no circumstances, leave them unattended, even for a quick run down to the stream to rinse out a dish. Do not leave your shoes. Let me say this one more time. Do not leave shoes that you're drying out by the fire unattended for any amount of time. They had hot rocks in them, and they were far enough away from the fire that they shouldn't have caught, but I believe what happened was the combination of being next to the fire and having the hot rocks inside ignited the material itself, and the shoes caught fire. So that's why I decided to redo this video, because it really sucks, and I'm pretty pissed off at myself. They were relatively new shoes that I found on a hiker box, and I was really excited about that. But now they're gone. I've completely ruined them, and I screwed up, and I don't have the money to replace them. And that's on me. So I did this video so that someone else can maybe learn from that and maybe not make that mistake. So if I can save someone else that mistake, then I suppose it was worth it. It sucks for me, and I'll have to figure that out. If you do want to support me in any way, or help out with my trail, help me be able to continue to do these videos and keep my phone and devices charged and so on. Hostel stays are important for that. And so I do need to continue to have a little bit of money. So I will put the links to my Cash App and Venmo in the comments below. And, like and share these videos so we can pass this along. Anyway, that's it. I'm so upset about this, but it happened. So I've just got to move on. I did pick up a pair of sandals out of the hiker box that fit me well. I guess I'm going to hike the next 30 miles in those and hope I figure something out before I get to the next layover spot. So anyway, kitchen sink out, and remember, be kind to others. I reserve my trust and friendship for those who display kindness, empathy, and gratitude. Kitchen Sink out.